Hello, hello, and welcome. Okay, so for today, the next step of these little Jinx props is to assemble them and glue them together. So basically, I have all my pieces here, fully painted and everything, and I'm gonna start making them look like this. So today gonna add in the little bolts on the jaw and then glue the two halves together. Also, I'm gonna show you how to make them rattle. Yep. Hey, Win. Hi, Win. How are you doing? All right. So first, gotta do make the jaw. So I'm gonna put the little bottom half to the side here. And on my patterns, I actually have a dot, like a little guideline of where to um, punch in the hole for the bolts. But I'm going to show you. Gotta get pencil. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Lynn. I'm not gonna lie. My brain's very full. I have a lot going on. Um, Deadlines to meet. It's but I got a lot to do because I got to finish these, and also I have a near commission too that I have to finish today. So let's see how much I can get done uh, today. Hopefully that's in this stream. I would like to assemble all four of these booms that I have next to me, and then also get started on the ears. So that's an ambitious goal, but it has to get done. All right, so I made a little mark of where I'm gonna stick the bolt. And as you can probably see, that's where it is. It's almost the same place, so it's kind of not in line with this part, but a little bit over that. So kind of just like that. And again, I have on my patterns. So I think actually it's a little far over. So I think I'm gonna put my hole right there to kind of test it out to make sure that the holes are in the right place. I do a lot of kind of mock-ups. Like this and like this. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah. And then I'm going to also do another hole right here. And obviously that's not enough for like a little screw, which I have these screws right here to go through a tiny hole like that. So I'm going to use a tiny like screwdriver and I'm gonna just punch it right through. It's foam, so it goes right through. If you're gonna do that, be careful of like your hands. Make sure that your hands are not where the hole is going to be. So there we go. Now we got a perfect hole. Gonna go on the other side. Being careful of where my fingers are underneath as I hold it. There we go. Because it does plunge through. There we are. And I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to do the same exact thing now to the jaw. And also too on my patterns, I have little I do have guidelines. So I'm going to stick one there. And I'm going to stick one there. Maybe right there. And right there. Yeah, I know. I'm very busy con crunching. I'm like, I have a lot to do, a lot to get done. But it'll all be okay in the end, I know. I know it'll all be okay in the end. Okay. So now, and these little chomps actually technically have underbites. So the bottom jaw goes on top first. I don't know if this hole's gonna work. There we go. Little bolt. And then just shove it through. So there we go. Yum, yum, yum. So what are you working on, Win? Are you working on your painting? Because I know you have some con crunching to do as well. All right, there we are. And then it kind of folds like this. Mouth. And that just goes right in there. That goes right in there too. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. I want to see what it'll line up. Because this point, before there's any glue, this is the point to do some adjustments if need be. Yep, I think so. I think this is good. Okay, so now on the insides here, I'm gonna put, no, my hand's in the way. I'm gonna put the little bolt in like that and spin it. And I don't want it super tight because I still want the jaw to like kind of move. But to keep these in place, I do recommend using some Loctite or some glue. I don't have any Loctite with me at the moment. I was supposed to get some, but I just didn't have time for it. So to make sure that these bolts don't move, you can either strip the threads so they can't move, because once this glues together, you cannot go back in here and fix it. So if the jaw falls off, you have to cut up the whole boom and you're gonna ruin it. So either I suggest like Loctite or super glue. What I'm gonna use is, I have contact cement. It's very gummy, and we're basically going to like ruin these bolts, but it'll be locked in place and they won't be able to be movable, which is good. We don't want the mouth to fall off. I'm just tightening it. Ooh, nice, Win. You worked more in the painting. That is awesome. Sorry, I'm like kind of thinking I don't really care for this side. I want it a little like more inward. Oh, as I try to pull it out, I have to undo this screw. I was like trying to pull it out. I'm like, why is it not coming out? Because he screwed it in there. Hey, it's Blood. Hi, Blood. How are you doing? just getting those bolts out of here. There we go. Yeah, I don't like it here so much. I think I'm gonna move it over so that it... Trying to see. Sorry, I'm like not making good progress. I'm just trying to see where I want to line these up, if it's exactly where I want it to be, or if I want to... Yeah, I think instead of here, it needs to be more like right here. Hopefully that's not too close. I'm gonna glue up that hole anyway. Good, glad you're doing good, Blood. My brain's full. My brain is very full. I have a lot to do in a very short amount of time. But it's okay. It'll all be okay in the end. I know that. I just have a lot on my mind. Okay, I think I like this better. I think I like this a lot better. What do you think? Look at that beautiful smile. All right, so now, since I don't have really I don't have like Loctite and I don't have a tool to strip the threads, I'm actually gonna just use some contact cement and I'm going to like make it really sticky and glumpy and glue the bolts into place. I would say that first choice would be either Loctite or stripping the threads to lock these into place, but this will work too, especially I'm getting it really sticky and messy in there. Yeah, there's absolutely no way that those bolts I will ever move. You would have to go inside the boom and like remove all that. All right, so there we go. We got one face done. Nom, 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 nom. I'm gonna fix this. I think I'm gonna go in with some paint and like fix that line right there. I kind of don't like what happened there. I cut too deep and it split open the foam on accident. I had too sharp of a razor. All right, so now I got this one and this one. Oh wait, I don't need the bottom yet. Where's the teeth? Yeah, I agree, Lynn. It's gonna be very fun. Super, super fun. I'm really excited. Oh, blood, it's just what I have pretty much on my mind is like I have a lot to do before this weekend. Um I pretty much have to get these props done, and then I have to and I also have a cosplay ear commission that I have to get done as well. And I barely started on that one. All I have is the fur cutout. Um, I have to do that. I also have to get all my stuff ready. I haven't even finished inventory. I have to finish inventory from like counting all my posters, counting all my charms. I haven't done that yet. Like I have, but I haven't finished it from Kikori. So I have to do that too. So I have to go quickly do inventory, and then I also have to I have to pack up everything for this weekend's show. So a lot, a lot, a lot. Thankfully though, Nacho really helped me out, and he we got a lot of like social media stuff done. So like my advertisement and that kind of stuff, and my posts that I have to do to advertise, hey, I'm gonna be at Game On Expo, here's my booth number and all that. A lot of that is now done. So that's nice. Hey, it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? All right. Well, oh man, tooth cavities are not fun, Isaac. Good luck with that. I hope it's it all goes as smoothly as possible for you. Cavities suck. Did I do these? Yes, I did. Oh, thank you, Blood. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'll definitely enjoy the show. I always do. Um, it's so different when you're a vendor versus an attendee. Because I'm working it. I view it very much like as work. And of course I have time to have fun and enjoy it, but this is what I do. So let's see how fast I can get all these props done. See if I can even get to see if I can even get to the ears today. That would be awesome. I like this one, but it's sadly too high up right there. I should have tested it. See, I'm like trying to go quickly. It's a little high. I should have tested that, but oh well. There we go. There we go. That's a lot better. There we go. Look at that beautiful smile. Yeah, this one's pretty perfect. I'm gonna put the screws in there. A Windows notification sound. Nothing. Maybe it was on your end, Blood, because I actually had no notifications go off on my end. I think that's on you. Yeah, I have had cavities before, Isaac, and I've had fillings put in, and it's not fun. I don't enjoy it. That's why I have even extra motivation to keep like my teeth clean, because I hate cavities that much. It was on the stream, really? Really? That's weird, Blood, because I got no notifications. I have nothing on my screen or anything. Yeah, I don't know what that is then, cause nah. Unless there was a car that went by and that beeped. Maybe that's what that was. But no. Yeah, sorry, Blood, for the annoyance of the notification or the weird sound. Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. Alright, and then gluing these in. Probably putting way too much glue, but I really don't want these to ever fall apart. They will forever be durable. That's something like, yeah, it takes extra time to make things durable, but I find it very worth it in the end. Yeah, that is true. That is true, Blood. That's why you take care of your teeth. Gotta take care of them. Alright, one more. Everything all scattered around. Alright, so I'm gonna maybe put it like right here. And right here. Alright, and then for the jaw, it's gonna be like right here. And right here. For the mount, it's here. And here. There we go. Where bolt 1 and bolt 2. And I know the washers look really shiny and kind of fake and cheesy, but I'm gonna go back in and paint them with acrylic so they won't look so like cheesy or just darky looking. I paint them a little bit and it makes them look all okay. Oh, dirt. I almost forgot a step. See, I'm going things out of order. Oh, I know, right, Lynn? Yep, tiny fairy con crunch. Hopefully I can get all these done in time. I'm thinking I should be able to, but I should be able to. Okay. Oh, thank you, Win, for posting the Discord. Thank you. Oh my gosh, could you imagine Win? Yeah, Fairy Crunch cereal. Con Crunch cereal. That needs to exist. That should be a real product. When design a cereal box for Fairy Con Crunch cereal. Alright. There we go. Mouth. Mouth. Gosh, I can't believe it. Tomorrow's already set up. I don't know, I always feel like it's like right before con, it's kind of like Christmas Eve. You know, you get all excited and you're like, oh no, so excited. It's like preparing for Christmas. And then all of a sudden you're like, ah, it's already here. I just don't like how this jaw is like covering up the eye. So I think it needs to be in a little bit more. Mm. Ink on both sides. the jaw is on. This bottom half is going over the eyeball, and I don't really like that. I don't want the eye to like overlap. When I first made these, did I only use 2mm? No, I did it the same way. Like starting to question how I've made them in the past. Because when I first made those, the first generation, I think it was like 2 years ago. So I was like going down memory lane of how I actually like put them together and everything. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on here. Yeah, there we go. It's still overlapping a little bit. I think it's just how I cut the mouth, but I don't want to like repunch too many holes in it, but at least it's not too badly covering the eye. There we go. Yeah, it's good enough. It's okay. Hey, it's Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. How are you doing? Yeah, and I think also too, it's too high up. Chipmunk shopping. Okay, Evo Leia, that sounds really cute. Little chipmunks shopping. Thank you, Win. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying my best. Trying my best to make them look as good as possible. There we go. Okay, that's a much better fit. Okay, so that was my problem, was that they were too low. There we go. See, that fits. That looks a lot better. I was like, what is going on? Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Evo Leia. Glad you're doing good. I'm doing okay over here. Brain full. I have a big to-do list to do before this weekend starts. But, I'll be okay. Okay, now that I'm happy where the mouth is on this third one, I'm gonna tighten the bolt. Make sure I can still move it. Yes, it looks good. Okay, here we go. And then I want to make sure that the mouth still moves good. Yeah, I like it. Make some contact cement. get it really goopy and stringy. Typically, you don't ever use this much contact cement when working with anything. Usually it's like, that is too much, but I really, really want these to be glued down and never move. Never be able to move or get unglued. There we go. Another mouth done. You're very funny, Evolea. Thankfully though, I haven't glued myself to anything, at least yet anyway. I have never super glued myself to something or glued my fingers together. Thankfully, just hasn't happened. And I'm not going to say yet because I don't ever want that to happen. And then I think I have enough bolts. Okay, I did. I have actually just the right amount. And then I have tons of more key rings for future props. If I decide to make more. We'll see. These little guys are a lot of work. A lot of work, these little guys. Actually, now that I think of it, I think I have to wait for the bolts to fully glue. Like, for it to fully glue. Fully dry. Before I actually, like, go ahead and, like, add in the toys that will make the rattling noise and gluing together. So actually, damn, this is going to be very last minute. I might have to, I'm going to prepare them for everything. And then before setup tomorrow, that's when I'll glue them all together. I think that's what what's going to end up happening. Mouth. It's a mouth. Press it in there. Press it in there. Make sure it's good and tight. Yep. Good and tight, but loose enough where I can still, like, move the little mouth around. glad you're doing good, Win. Hey, Win, do you think you'll be able to finish the painting in time for game on? Alright, so now I got this here. And get it all goopy. Goopy, goopy. There we go. Yeah. I think that sounds like a good plan, Win. I think if you can at least get the face done and like majority of the clothes, like I would say like it is actually a style in portrait art to like do complete the face and like the hair and like just like right where the shoulders are, but then everything else kind of fades out and doesn't get very detailed. So you could switch it up and do something like that where you just hyper focus, like you basically hyper focus like all right here, and then everything else kind of like fades away or is not as detailed. Could always try something that like that. All right, so now all the mouths and all the pieces are assembled. The glue has to dry, so I'm going to make the little insides that make these guys rattle. I suggest just using whatever you have around in your house. Like I have these little like mystery. These were old mystery capsules that have like the little like miniature like figures and mystery things. But I'm like, oh, these could be used for something. I'll keep them. Well, I found these, and what these are, it's just empty like thread bobbins. So obviously not these ones, but that's what they used to look like, and now that they're empty. But of course I'm like, I don't want to toss them, I can use them for something. So why not put some in there? See, it kind of makes a rattle. And I have another one here. I only found another bobbin, and I couldn't find any other like beads or something. So my mom came up with the idea of like little corn kernels. I'm like, oh, that could work. Can make a nice little noise. And they're dried, so they won't go bad. That's actually a nice rattle. And this little guy also came in like a little mystery thing. Oh, that sound. You know what? I'm gonna add some in here. Alright, so now I have those. Yep, rattle. Rattle, rattle. Oh, thank you, Win, for posting Discord. Yeah, I really want to fix this split right here. I'm so sad that the phone cracked. So what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about like taking some Mod Podge and like really packing it in that, and then like painting it over with like silver and black. I think will be a good quick fix. Let me get some Mod Podge. And Mod Podge does make things shiny, which is fine in this case. Where is there? It is. So I have acrylic. Going to need the brushes. I'm gonna need water. So I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. It'll just take a minute. And I'll see you guys. Hey, Nacho! Hi, Nacho. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, Nacho. I got done with these. I got 4 out of the 5 mouths on, and I'm just see these little guys? Happy faces. I'm going to fix some like cracks and stuff that I've noticed on here. I'm gonna go get water, so I'll be back. Hold 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully you didn't miss me for too long. So I got my cup of water. And I don't know how this is exactly going to work. Hopefully it works out okay. I didn't have this problem in my first run. So we're gonna see. So if you don't know what Mod Podge is, it's basically like super liquidy glue. And the one I use is like shiny. It has like a gloss luster. I'm just trying to like get something to fill in the crack of this right here. And yeah, it's kind of bothering me. There we go, see? If anything, maybe it'll look like it's been like soldered pieces together, something like that. I don't know, that's what's cool about Jinx is that the mistakes can look like really cool details. I think what happened was that I accidentally did this split on the top of these, and I meant to do I should have done the bottom, like underneath. Whoop. You know, right? Well, and at least with these, at least with Jinx too, I feel like if there are little mistakes or if things aren't perfect, it actually just makes them even better. Actually, the Mod Podge is going right into seeping into these cracks really well. Can you guys see okay? Sorry. I all of a sudden forgot for 2 seconds to look at my camera. Where's the... right here. Right here. Over more. Okay. That's where I gotta be. A magical spot. And this will dry clear, too. It'll actually dry kind of shiny. It'll look shiny on there, but I'm hoping to, maybe it'll look like soldering lines or something like that, so it'll be kind of cool. All right. There we go. All right, so I think that's pretty good. I'm gonna add some more glue in there, but I'm gonna let it kind of dry for a minute and then go back in with like more Mod Podge. Going on. Okay. Sorry, I got distracted by a notification at first. I was like, what is going on? Ah! I keep like forgetting that there's like wet glue holding the bolts together, so my hands are like holding the top part to steady it, and then I keep feeling this gooey stuff, and I'm like, it keeps spooking me. I swear I don't have short-term memory loss. I swear I'm not Dory. Okay, that seems pretty well mended. Actually, this one's pretty good. This one didn't split as badly as like the others did. Thankfully. It's weird how some split. I'm thinking I just cut really deep with the X-Acto blade on accident. Also, too, I think I did it on the wrong side. Because even in my own notes, I didn't write which side I did a cut so that there'd be a joint, which I should have said. I just said cut a line here, and I forgot to say if it was like the top or the bottom. So dumb. So I was like, I think it's the top. Not sure. Alrighty. We go. Looking pretty good. And I'm gonna go back to this one. So I'll admit something. I still am not 100% sure what cosplay lineup I'm gonna do. Um, all I know is Jinx is for sure Friday. I should figure out what my lineup's gonna be so that I know what to wear. I'll figure it out. Oh, since this is drying and I could move on technically to the ears, I have to heat up the hot glue gun. So I'm still here. I'm just moving stuff around. I don't know. Can you see me? Yeah, there we go. And y'all can still hear me. This is actually more accurate what it looks like when I'm working on stuff. I'm like constantly moving around, adjusting things, like shifting things around. Yeah. Constantly. I never really sit down that much. I'm always moving. There we go. Okay. Hot glue gun on ish. It's warming up. Hot glue gun's warming up. Yeah, I'll show you the little ears that I'm making. So she really wanted clip-on ears, but that are red and black. So look how cute these will be, these little guys. Yeah. So little, they kind of look like teeny tiny Alistair ears, but she didn't want the big Alistair ears, and she didn't want them to be Alistair ears at all. It's the same bird though. Yeah, I'm a little nervous going into this show, and I don't think I'll have any Alistair ears available. Whoops. Oh well. All right. Let's see. How are these seams coming along? Coming along okay. could add some more glue to this one. Let's move these over. Clean up my space a little bit. All right. Uh-oh, I accidentally touched that. I need to redo that the bottom piece right there. Actually, I think the Mod Podge is working, which is kind of cool. I'm just going in, and so as the glue dries, it obviously like shrinks down, and there's still some gaps in there, but the glue itself still fills in some of the gaps. So I'm just making sure all the gaps are perfectly sealed up. Actually, this Mod Podge thing is working pretty well. I'm kind of happy with it. I wasn't sure at first. I was like, I have an idea of how to fix this. Not sure it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try. It's actually working pretty well already. We'll see what happens when I paint it, when I get to painting it. I see you win with the dancing dinosaurs. The little dancing dinosaurs. Alright. So I want to kind of like let these fully dry before I go in with this Mars Black paint to fill in the gaps so they don't look like shiny and transparent. And my idea is to kind of do like an imitation of the oil paint wash where I kind of like put in a little bit of acrylic paint and like smudge it with my fingers. Yeah. So that is that. There we go. Look at that. I think these little guys are turning out pretty good. Let's see where the hot glue gun is. I don't know how I'm going to bring the hot glue gun over here. I don't know if the cord's long enough to like just be like beep. I might have to like unplug it, do a little bit, and then plug it back in. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Ah, yes. It is warm enough. Really? You haven't? What colors have you been using, Lynn, just to keep it dark? Have you just been using like a darker browns and that kind of stuff? Okay. So I'm gonna move this over. Beep, 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 beep. And working on ears now. Where's my... There we go. I don't think I've ever glued together my animal ears on here before on live before. I don't think I've done this. So this is new for everyone. Yeah, I don't think so. 'Cause I think I was like afraid that the cord would be too short. Well, let's see. And it's too short. It only makes it to right here. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. While it's warm, I'm gonna unplug it. I'm going to quickly do my line, and then I'm gonna plug it back in. Will it work? Probably. All right, so first, I take the inside color of the fur, but normally I do foam core and then wire and then my colored fabric on top. But since this is like a two-tone, I actually reverse it and I do the wire first and then the foam core. That way the metal doesn't peek through the little seam line that's on the two different colors. So let's do. It's still warm. I'm going to... I don't have that much time, but it does stay warm for a little bit. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't hurt my hot glue gun doing this. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. So then I kind of like just press and hold in here. Here, I'll get up here more. How to remember. This far right here is the magical spot. All right. Hey, that's pretty good. Honestly, that sounds a lot like the colors that I use when, except for fluorescent blue. That's not usually my color palette. I'll like make my own fluorescent blue by mixing several other blues together. But hey, you know me, burnt umber and burnt sienna. Those are my favorite colors to use. All right. So I need to take my hot glue gun over again. And now I'm going to add in the red base. And I just do an outline of glue. And oh, this is the wrong side. Whoopsies. And I'm gonna just line up corners. Press and hold. And then I'm gonna do a line of glue for this part for the tip. And it's gonna lay down. And I have to make sure that all these sides line up. And press and hold. And then you can see that I have extra here that all needs to be glued down. And I know that's like the fur's going a weird way, but when I trim it, it actually truly doesn't matter. Gotcha. Yeah, no, fluorescent blue is a good color. It's a nice, good blue. Alright, now I'm gonna glue the seams here, and I can start to feel the glue kind of cooling down inside it, so I'm gonna go plug it back in. This is not the right way to do things, but it's working. Somehow it's working. I wish the cord was long enough, but oh well. Or how about this? I just go off screen here for a second and I glue in the seams. So I'm gluing in the seams. See, kind of like in here. And then I like squish it together. And these like flappy corners, I kind of like shove in there too. Okay, actually, I'm starting to, I know like I've been saying like there's a lot on my mind. There's still a lot on my mind. But I'm starting to feel actually a little bit better now because I'm making good headway on the Jinx props, and I'm actually getting to these ears. And even though yes, I'm far from done from any of it, I'm starting to feel a bit better. And I'll finish gluing these together, and then I'm going to see. That doesn't look that clean. I think I need some glue right there. Yeah, so I check all my ears. I do this on my ears where I like kind of split apart the fur and I see how that's like not glued together at all. and I double check all my pieces. Yeah, every single pair of ears that I do get this much like care, where I make sure they're all like, I do a solid quality check on all of them. Yep, yep. No, it is true. It is true. When yeah, you gotta be in it. It is good to be in a good headspace. And it's not like I'm in a negative one. It's just that I'm kind of very like, oh my gosh, there's a lot on my mind. And sometimes it helps to write it down like as a list and then check off the list, but my list is super long. I'm like, oh. But it'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. All right. One fluffier. I hope the person who commissioned these for me, like, actually comes by my booth. She said she would. She'd come by my booth and uh I'll hold them for her. I'll hold all of Game On, but if she doesn't pick them up after Game On, they're free reign. Alright, I'm gonna have this, and then I take my wire, put that in there. Aww. Well, when do you want a pair of red and black ears? I'll make you a pair. No problem. Ah, that hurt. Not for, I can't do it for this show, but I can do it in the very near future. If you like this red and black color, I totally can do some. All right. And I know you guys don't get to see a whole lot, which I know is a bummer, and I do apologize for this, but this system where I like draw a line and then go back with the fur is actually working, so I don't have to constantly like plug and unplug the hot glue gun. So sorry, the system just like works. At least I'm showing you about 90% of what I'm doing as I'm messing up. Sometimes the tricky things with these two tones is just getting them to line up properly. And also too, it's like I have to work within the time of the hot glue gun because it's the hot glue um it cools very quickly actually. There's not a lot of like playtime to kind of move and shift things around. It kind of It's like once it's there, and you better press down and know exactly what you're doing. All right, Win. It's so funny. People love the this red color. I might have to order some more. I have to make an order of new fur anyway very soon here. I might order more of this red fur because everyone loves it. Tea. See, and then I put a spot of glue there. And press and hold. All right. You know what? After this one's being done glued too, um, I bet um the Maj Podge is gonna be done on the props. Well, I'll have to check them and see. And then I'm back over here. I'm just gluing really quickly. And then see, and then I kind of like squish it like a sandwich. A very squishy sandwich. It's a hot glue foam wire fur sandwich. Yeah, and thank you everyone for being so cool today that today's like art session doesn't have just one theme to it. It's kind of like all over the place. But I feel like that is kind of how I work sometimes. Sometimes I feel I have to work like this. Um I have multiple projects going on, and when one is like in a phase of where I sorry. Sorry. Nothing. All is good. Um, I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very jumpy. I'm very jumpy. What was I saying? Um, Sorry, I totally spaced that. A lot of times when I'm working on projects, I work on multiple at the same time because, like this, with the props, I have to wait for the Mosh Podge to dry. And, well, what do? I don't just sit around and do nothing, being like, oh, I just have to sit here. No, I get out and do another project. Like I am here. And this is pretty realistic to everyday life, or at least the art life for me. That's why if you like see on my Instagram story how I will be like working on one thing and making good progress, and then suddenly you see that I stop working on it and I'm working on something else. That's why. That's exactly what I'm doing. I have so many projects, and even here on my desk, like I have like glitter, I have karma that I still want to do. I still want to get karma done. Um, I have a bunch of ears. I have the Jinx props. Yeah, I have a bunch of little. I have horns behind me, horns that still need to get done. Oh, Rebecca hair. Oh, the Rebecca wig behind me. At first, when I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you're talking about the Rebecca, and then I got Jinx. I have Fawn behind there. Ah, yeah. I'm still trying to decide my lineup. I'm thinking about um other than Jinx for Game On, I'm thinking about doing my little like Ren Fair fawn, with the little antlers that I have up there and the ears. That might be really cute. And then um I'm thinking about um Power from Chainsaw Man because I know a bunch of Chainsaw Man voice actors are gonna be there. Um, Not that I will like ask for signatures or photos or anything, but I know it'll bring a lot of other Chainsaw Man cosplayers and fans. So I kind of am debating. I'm like, do I jump on that bandwagon? Do I bring Power? Um, that might be fun. I do like Power. I like that cosplay a lot. It's a very fun cosplay. I feel like I've been bringing her out a lot lately. So, might have to. I'm debating. I'm debating if I bring Power or not. Maybe. All right. So, I have these ears. The ears are now done and glued. Yay! Now on to I'm just gonna do final checks. Yep, everything looks really good. And I'll leave the hot glue gun out just in case. Just in case I missed a spot, and I'm not catching it now, but I think it's good. All right. What do you think? I think they look cute. I like them. Oh, I almost forgot this part. This one I glued like this, but I want to make sure that the centers are glued well. Oh, look at that. Okay, they're glued down. Wait. So I'll put those aside, and I'm going to check out the Mod Podge I have and see if that is good. I am the queen of multitasking today. All right. So let's see where these go. Yep. I mean, the ears, the gluing process. Well, these ones, the gluing process and the tiny ones go so fast because they're so small. Also, I have literally made thousands of ears at this point. So, well, maybe not thousands. Maybe a couple hundred, maybe close to 8,000. I would guess realistically, not exaggerating, I bet you in my whole length of making ears, I bet I've made close to 1,000, if not just under 1,000 ears. And I'm not kidding. Um, so, and when I mean a close, I might have done realistically, like in all of history, like maybe 800 years, 850. Yeah. I should count sometime because I do keep track of all my inventory that I've ever made of all my ears. I would just have to look back, like far back, especially like in the early days. I didn't do my inventory the same way I do now, so I might have to look at photos. Take a little bit of work, but I bet you I could figure out actually how many ears, or a rough estimate of how many ears I actually made. Yeah. But when you make that many, you get fast. All right, back to these props. Let's see. Let's look at the really like deep one. Okay. So it's actually dry. It just looks wet because it's like wet underneath, but I think I can start painting that. So I'm going to take a little bit of Mars Black and add it to my palette. And I still have my paintbrushes, and I'm going to get it kind of watery, not as much as like when I did the oil wash, but I'm kind of imitating that oil wash without actually pulling out the oil paint. Why I'm not doing it with oil paint is because oil paint's too transparent for this. I would have to do many layers, and I'm working on a time crunch. I'm not comfortable in my seat. I know it looks ugly right now, but trust me, I have an idea and I have a plan. I know, right? When it's crazy. I'll have to like look into it sometime, like how many ears I actually have more realistically done. Okay. This isn't turning out as good as I hoped. Huh. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna add in some silver. I'm gonna add in some silver. See if that will help it. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. Where is this? Silver, where are you? Of course, I'm unprepared. Where did it go? Whoa, that was almost dangerous. Ah, there it is. I almost burnt myself on the hot glue gun. I forgot it was on for 2 seconds, and I like laid my hand down and it was right next to it, and I was like, oh. I was like, I felt the heat. I didn't get burned, but I felt the heat. All right. So let's add a little bit of silver. Let's see what happens. This is very not how I do my process at all. We are entering into uncharted waters right now. I'm just trying to fix these little guys. I'm not having such an ugly, like, scene. Yeah, this is part of cosplay though, where you're like, make mistakes, try to fix them. Okay, wait, this silver is actually working. This is looking actually not that bad. Wait, that's not looking that bad. That's not looking terrible. Yes, it still needs work, but I'm ever so slightly impressed of how, like, not terrible this is looking. Here, a tutorial on how to problem solve. Something not working out for you? Just keep trying things till it gets fixed. Okay, no, it's not clean, but it is kind of looking how I was hoping, where it would look like a welding line. Like it almost looked like these pieces of metal that she welded together to make the teeth. And like this part here, it's a little dirty. I'm gonna fix that with UV paint. But it does actually kind of look like a welding line. Which I'm not mad about. I actually kind of like the texture. Look at that. Yeah. You know, it looks a lot better than what it was. No, it doesn't look as clean as like these ones, but in a way, I do actually truly like the grittiness. Okay, cool. Oh, the very first pair of ears? Yeah, I'm happy that you do have the very first pair of ears, Win. You're the proud owner of the original ears. And what's funny is that I feel like they have changed so much, like the style and everything. I don't think I've ever shown you what my very, very first ears looked like. So there was even prototypes when before the ears you commissioned me, because like I had no idea what I was doing when I first started, and I made a pair of ears that were very small, very skinny, that were my all time, like the very first ones. They look so bad. I should actually, um, I ran across them recently while cleaning, and I should bring them back out actually to show how ugly these pairs of ears are. But it also shows you with like practice and like when you keep working at something, how you get better and better. All right, so today's big lesson, besides how to multitask while working on several projects at once, um, how to problem solve and not to be afraid of problem solving. If a problem comes up and you don't like the way something looks, change it, fix it. It's not scary. I think that's what like art and crafting really scares a lot of people, because it's like, oh my gosh, what if I mess up? Well, fix it. You know, there's always ways to fix. Yeah, exactly. It's all a learning process. Notifications. That's fine. Yeah, this is so much better than what it was. No, it's not perfect, but I think they look pretty and I am proud of them. And then the bolts, since we're here already with the black paint, might as well paint them. And I just take some black. And I think it's okay if it's a little messy. All right, there we are. Yeah, painting the bolts. All right, so this top part is, guess what? 100% done. Yay! Yay. Look at this beauty. He's so cute. Chomp, 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 chomp. All right, now with this one. This one wasn't that bad, actually. That one wasn't the terrible one. This one also had a really deep cut in the center that I should definitely fix. There we go. There we go. I'm just blending it in. I use my fingers for painting all the time. No, I'm not a little kid that does finger painting, but they do come very useful in painting like this, like blending in and trying to imitate these textures with a brush. Exactly what I'm doing, I think would be very, very tricky. Like, I don't even know how I would do this with a brush. Like, exactly how I'm doing it, you know? There we go. All right. All right. And then I'm gonna do the little bolt. Just painting that here. All right. Oh, hello, hello. I see someone new is here. Okay. Let me know if I pronounce your name wrong, but I want to say Dizzyfo? Is that how it's pronounced? Dizzyfo? Welcome. Hello. Catch me right in time. I'm going to be wrapping it up here pretty soon, but I am working on finishing these props. And yeah, today I didn't get to where I wanted to like fully completing them by like gluing them all together and everything. But you know what? I'm still pretty happy. The tops are almost fully done. So I kind of came into an unexpected, like I had to patch some things up unexpectedly. But you know what? Actually, I'm okay with the patch job. I don't think it looks terrible. Aw, well, thank you, Dizzy Foe. Thank you. Thank you. It's looking good. So what I'm making is I'm making one of these. It's based from Jinx from Arcane. Um, I'm making more of these here. So this is just the top, and then it'll have the bottoms here, which it's almost like one of those kiddo Easter eggs, where like the bottom and the top, and then they'll glue together. It'll fit like this. Don't want to mess up my paint. There we go. See, it'll fit together like that. And basically I'll have to glue them together. But before I do that, I add in some little like beads and stuff to make them rattle. But I have to wait for the tops to fully dry before I do that. Yeah. Just working on some cosplay stuff today. Aw, thank you, Dizzyfo. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just working on these and have to reach deadlines, but you know what? It's going pretty good. Oh yes, these took me a long time. I have so far, I've calculated in 9 hours, but I'm predicting maybe another. No, it's like 9.5, so maybe another half an hour. I don't know. It takes me around 9 to 10 hours to make one of these from start to finish, from cutting everything out to gluing it together to priming, painting, 10 hours. So, yeah, no, cosplay takes a lot of time for sure. It's time consuming, but I put also a lot of quality into my work and a lot of care. My dream for the future. Well, right now I am living the dream. I am getting to do my art and what I love to do and what I'm passionate about. So, yeah. And I like bringing people joy through my art and through my cosplays. No, I cannot sing or play any musical instruments. I am not talented in that way at all. I have a horrible, horrible singing voice that I won't torture any of you with. I can basically my art style is painting and cosplay. Not even a very good actor or dancer. Yeah, I do cosplay. Yep. It's kind of funny. My more well-known character is Jinx from Arcane. That's why I'm also remaking these props here. But I do lots of other characters at too. I think another one that's like probably my best well-known is Killjoy from Valorant, or Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edgerunners. As you can tell, I like the Gremlin characters. If they're tiny and like feisty, then I like them. I know, right, Blood? I am a fairy that can't sing. It sounds so unusual. That's typically very common in fairy that everyone knows how to sing, but nope, not me. All right. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that, Dizzy Foe. I'm sure you have other talents. Uh, yes, Win, it is true. I cannot sing. I'm no. You trust me, Win. You do not want to hear me sing. I don't know why. Do you guys think I have a good voice? Y'all are too funny. Or am I just that like multi-talented that you're all like, I bet you she could do anything creative, which that is very not true. Dizzy Foe, I have not seen Hero Academia. I did start the manga a while ago because I was curious about it because I know how popular it is, and I'm like, okay, I get the gist that it's like about superheroes, but that's all I knew. And I wanted to know a little bit more. So I started reading the manga. It's good. It's good. I see why it's popular. I it didn't keep personally my interest in something that I'm like, ooh, I must keep watching. I like things a little bit more unhinged, but I totally see why it's popular. It is a very good anime. It is a very good story. I do like something that I do respect about it is that it has that like classic comic book superhero type feeling, and I actually really enjoy that part of the anime. So, not I understand the obsession without being obsessed myself, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh. You guys are so funny. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a karaoke night one night. We can all see our different singing voices. Even though I will say I won't, I will openly not sing. I'm gonna just finish up the bolts here on this one, and then the tops of these little guys will be fully painted. I just looked at the time. I totally lost track of time, but it is already uh that's it for today. But I think I was like 10 minutes late, so oh well, I'll make up for the lost 10 minutes. Yeah. But today was, I would say, was pretty good. Didn't get everything I wanted done today, but I knew that was an ambitious goal. But you know what? I still made very good progress. The tops to these props are completely done, which is really nice. I'm very, very happy about that. I got the animal ears over here completely glued, which is awesome. I'm also pretty stoked about that as well. Yeah, everything's glued. It just, I need to let it's still kind of gummy and sticky. The bolts inside these right here, they're still kind of sticky. So I'm gonna let them just like kind of sit for a little bit before moving on to the next step. So probably later today is when I'll actually like assemble all of them. Sorry, it's off stream. I know. Tears, tears. But I gotta get these done. So, but yeah. So far, so good. I think it was a good and successful day. Look at these little guys. Look at them. They're happy. They're very happy. Oh, thank you, Dizzy Foe. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm always creating new stuff. Lately, I've been working on a lot of cosplay stuff, but sometimes I switch over to paintings and I have multiple projects. So it's never a dull moment here in the fairy circle. Yeah. Alrighty. So, um, Friday's stream as you all know, will be canceled, unfortunately. Well, fortunately and unfortunately, because I'm gonna have a show this weekend. But I will see you all on Tuesday. Um, I'll see you all. I don't. I've been so tired. You know what? I'll see you all Tuesday. And I'm not sure what I'll exactly work on. I have some paintings, as you know, because this will be done. The ears will be done by then. We'll see on Tuesday what ends up coming about. I'll leave it as a surprise. No, thank you, Evo Leia. Thank you. Well, every day, every stream's a good stream when you come to visit. Yeah, see you this weekend, Win. It'll be fun and exciting. Aw, thank you, Evo Leia. I hope you also have a good weekend, and I hope everyone has an awesome weekend. A good, fun, safe weekend. Alrighty. Well, I'll see you all next time. And yeah, happy creating, my fellow artist friends, and I'll see y'all later. Alrighty, bye!